Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome all of you back once again to another Elden Ring OST reaction video. Where tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as we're starting to maybe run down a little bit with certain bosses I want to talk about that are still remaining, I think in terms of trying not to oversaturate things too much, I think there's about either 8 or possibly 10 more bosses I wanted to be able to actually discuss the OSTs about. And then there's a couple more from, well, basically, if you guys want to recommend me a soundtrack from a video game, then by all means I would be very, very interested in hearing it out. Providing, of course, it's not from a game that has some major red flags in it. I mean, I can hardly imagine people want me to check out if there was a Boku no Pico OST. I don't even know where to begin with that one. But now we move on to sort of an aspect of From Software games that's very, very much in line with a lot of their philosophy. And that is magic-style bosses. Bosses that utilize magic. And here we have again a pretty crucial character in the is she kind of like a bit in the main character in the main story. I know she's the mother of Rani the witch, but I'm not entirely sure to what else. Yes, Rani is their daughter, but who did she have the child with? Did she have it with Godfrey or Radagon or Plasudiax? I couldn't tell you, but here we are, and Queen of the. I've also heard this also has one of the best arenas in the game, because it's apparently you and Renalla are standing in the middle of what looks like the ocean with the moon set in the background, and it's kind of like the same thing when you fight the four kings in Dark Souls 1, except this one kind of gives you an impression that there's a little bit more going on than fighting in a dark hole in the middle of the earth. But with all that being said and done, if you guys want to check out the original video, you know what to do, and let's do it. Queen Renalla, Queen of the Full Moon. Initial impressions is tranquil, remote, and kind of soothing, but then it kind of it becomes a little bit more intense as this whole shebang is going off. And I like that, because it is supposed to be more intense and it is meant to be rather dramatic. So it's certainly got the right beats for this sort of boss, and let's keep going. Now you see, that whole composition felt very, very interesting because it comes across very much like it's meant to be a little bit more gentle, a little bit more relaxing, and yet maybe the danger that sort of like goes into a fight like this is like you're caught up too much in how unconventional the whole affray is that you're sort of thrown a little bit to the elements in things you simply uh, cannot fight with brute force. It definitely does come across as though like what's like a really good boss from like the Dark Souls games that's like a good comparison is that like Seath the Scaleless is probably a good example because there is like a sound of like a glockenspiel that plays temporarily in the background. Well, at least I think so. It sounds something like it anyway. And the fight is like extremely unpredictable because of Seath's AoE blast, the way he like shoots crystals all over the arena, and the fact that you can't really tell what he's doing half the time because his model is so big and you're mostly just fighting one spot for like 2 minutes. So usually whenever like a boss utilizes like magic to a certain degree, you can usually account on many such examples, like trying to present like an air of mystery to them, as though there's something not quite right going on, and it's nowhere near as straightforward. And assuming there are plenty of people who use like magic in these games, it's probably even an angle that nobody's really anticipated for because unfortunately magic builds are kind of very underutilized in these sort of games. Not that I have never seen I because I've never really used like a full like magic build myself. I would mostly use something like pyromancy at the very most, but I think that again, hopefully there's like more sort of spells and a lot more things you can do with magic in Elden Ring because it is one of the things I've felt has always been missing in these sorts of games is like a not so much like a Harry Potter sort of build, but something maybe more resembling like a spell for any such occasion, something very very subversive but very practical, which is maybe this is not really that sort of fight, but who knows, eh? So, with all that being said and done, I hope all of you guys have enjoyed this reaction to the Renalla Queen of the Full Moon OST, and I cannot wait to see all of you guys again in the next video. Take care, and bye bye for now.